If you clicked on this video, you're probably interested in what's new on the 2024 Honda Passport. Today, I'm going to take my very first test drive in a black edition, top of the line, which means I'm not going to know everything about the vehicle, but I did know somebody who is going to know everything.
Hey, what's up, Brian? How are you?
Doing well.
Good to see you.
Justin's a salesman here at Smail Honda in Greensburg, and we're going to take this car for a test drive.
Sounds good. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, come on close because we got to look at this color. What's this exterior color called,
This is
Justin?
called Platinum White Pearl.
And it's not just white. If you get in there and see up close, it's actually got a little sparkle to it. It looks really fresh, really clean looking.
It definitely has a metallic flake. You're gonna see this kind of theme with the black edition. The front black grille, you got the black outside mirrors, the black roof rails. You're gonna have the LED lamps in the front, the daytime running lights as well with the fog lamps. But that main Honda badging in the front, that's gonna be for your forward collision brake mitigation system and your adaptive cruise. And you also have the camera in the top of the windshield for your lane keep assist, road departure mitigation, and your rain sensing wipers as well. So 20-inch wheels. Got the Continental tires on there.
And that Honda logo sticks out really nice there in the center in chrome.
The badging is all in the gloss black print. So you got the black edition Passport and the all-wheel drive all in the black print. You got the dual chrome exhaust tips, the piano black bumper with the rear bumper sensors as well. And then you have the kick gate with the Elite. Yeah, so Brian, if you want to go up, it's almost like you're punting a ball right underneath. There you go. You just disrupt the sensor and that will open up the back tailgate automatically.
I'll tell you what, it usually doesn't go this easily. So
no, right? Yeah, it's first shot too, first take. You know?
Honda did a good job on that.
Yep. So you do have storage space under there.
Okay.
So you can lift that up. Underneath there you have your spare tire and you do have a funnel in order to add gasoline. So the newer vehicles don't have the gas caps anymore.
What is great that it has that spare tire in the back because oftentimes you see fix-a-flats.
Yes, so you do have a spare tire. You do have a 12-volt power outlet in the back as well, okay? And some extra storage space.
Right there.
That button right there, that's to release the back seat. So if you need that extra cargo space, you just hit that button and that will drop down the back seat for you.
Okay, so just like this. That's
there it
good.
is.
Folds it straight down. And that's a nice flat seat.
It is, all the way up to the front seats.
Yeah.
And then you have the same thing on the right-hand side. You just hit that button, that drops them down.
We have the CRV, the Passport, and then the Pilot in size order there?
Yeah, actually the HRV is the first crossover, then the CRV, then you have the Passport, and then the Pilot.
Okay, so it's somewhere between the CRV and Pilot.
Sure is, it's right smack dab in the middle.
Awesome.
Yep. You have the standard remote start from the factory on the key fob.
Okay.
So how you remote start the vehicle, you just hit the lock button first, and immediately after, hold the remote start button down for a few seconds till you see your lights blink, then you can release your thumb. And it will start up and it will blink 6 more times in the front, side mirror, and the rear of the vehicle. So if you're in a restaurant or at home and you park up on the street, you can definitely tell that your car remote started. Again, it'll blink 6 times and shut off. It'll run for 10 minutes and then shut off as well. If you're really low on gasoline, it will not deplete you all the way. It will shut off early. But within the first 10-minute run time, you can actually do that same pattern. It'll set it to 20 minutes right away. So you can do 2 10-minute run times or 1 20-minute run time before you actually have to physically start up the car on your own. Now that the vehicle's locked, let's say that we walked away and you wanted to crack the windows, you can hit unlock once, and then for a second time, hold that button down, and for as long as you hold it down, we'll put your windows down and open up your moonroof.
Here we go, here we go. Yeah, the sunroof up top is opened up. All of these windows have opened up.
And the windows go all the way down too. I love to point that out. And put the windows back up. Let's say you wanted to do that. You actually turn the key fob around. See that little latch right there? You're just gonna press that aside and pull the actual key out of the fob.
How about that?
Yep, and you walk up to the door and just put the key in the lock, and one time to the left, we'll lock it, and one more time and hold it there, and that will put the windows up for you.
Okay.
And it closes the moonroof as well.
Yeah, that's all the windows
You just
are
hold
right
it in
up
that position. Yep.
That's great, yeah. No, everything's closed up.
It is.
No issue. I can just put the key back in the key fob.
And you're good to go. I wanted to show you one last feature.
Yeah.
You have smart entry on this vehicle as well.
Okay.
So as long as you have the key fob on you, you actually don't have to take it out of your pocket. Your purse or pocket, briefcase, whatnot, just put your hand through the handle. It unlocks the car. You heard it unlock. You get in, you drive, you do your thing. Whenever you get where you're going, you just hit the black button, and that will lock it up automatically for you. Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
You actually have a walk-away auto locking function as well through the settings tab. So just so you know, you can have it automatically lock as long as the key fob's outside of the vehicle.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the exterior features. Let's jump inside and take a look. All right. So getting into the back seat here, Justin. Pretty easy to just get up into it. Notice that I have my armrest here with 2 cup holders. I'm noticing cup holders there on the door. There's a lot of room for cups back here.
Yep, you have 6 total cup holders in the back.
What's that
altogether.
on the window there?
So you have a sunshade. So if you're long trips, you can keep the sun doused a little bit while you're driving. You got one on the opposite side as well.
That's great.
And they stow down here into the door.
And the back windows seem to be tinted.
They
right?
are, yep.
That's great.
Yep, yeah, the back window's tinted, this in the back as well. Yep.
So on the back of these seats, I'm also noticing some storage.
Yep. That's for a cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, that's great. You have one of those for both. So you have cell phone storage there. Down below, I noticed that we have heated seats back
You do. Yeah, the heated outboard seats for the rear.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right there.
Well, the vehicle's off right now, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn on.
So the AC settings back here.
You do. You have your automatic climate control for the rear seats as well. You can change the temperature, you can change the fan speed, and change the different modes. Moms and dads, if you have kids in the back, you can lock those functions out from the front so they don't fiddle around with it. But you have tri-zone climate control with the Passport.
And you have charging options.
You do. Yeah, that's an AC outlet. You got that 115 volt power outlet, as well as 2 fast charging ports. I don't know if you noticed as well, Brian, with the those USB-C hookups.
Being able to store and charge a lot of devices back here.
Yep.
One last thing I want to mention, these seats are black perforated leather with red stitching, and if you look at like inside the perforated leather holes, there's red.
It's
in
red
there,
as
right?
well. Yeah, that's specific to the black edition.
Yeah.
You know what else? You can actually adjust these seats forward and back too.
No
if
way.
you
Let
need
me
to.
see real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can actually.
You can slide them forward and back, and they'll stop at a particular. You know. So
Well,
if you need
good.
to slide it forward or
You
back,
get more
whatever.
space in the trunk
Absolutely.
if you need it.
You can.
And that's great.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's jump up front and then we'll take this vehicle on the road. Sitting in the Passport for the first time, a lot of stuff in front of us here, Justin, a lot of stuff to go into. Going to be a little bit of a longer video, but let's start things off. I'm going to put my foot on the brake, hit the engine start stop button.
Yep.
And we have a digital display that's lit up
Yes.
in front of us here.
Yep.
An infotainment screen on the right there. A lot of stuff.
So you're going to have a standard navigation with the Black Edition Passport.
Okay.
However, a lot of customers are using their Android Auto Apple CarPlay integration.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I'm just going to demonstrate that right off the bat. And now I can hit my Apple CarPlay, and all my supported applications are going to show up here on the touchscreen.
Supportive applications like obviously your phone, you can make phone calls, text messages, you can listen to your music.
Exactly.
Your own navigation on there.
Yep, and all that's from the steering wheel as well. So this voice command button, you can hold down for about 3 or 4 seconds to bring up Siri and call anybody, text message hands-free with punctuation, or use any of your navigation apps.
So also here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, looks like your communication features. You can change your radio station, you can hang up calls, make calls, that type of thing.
Yep.
And you can change what's on you
Yeah,
on the dashboard here.
Yeah, so the display beyond the steering wheel, you can bring up the home button, will bring up the main screen, and then you can scroll up and down and choose whatever you want to see.
All right, very good. The other thing that I want to mention is on the right side of the steering wheel, you have a heated steering wheel,
Yes,
it
you
looks
do.
like.
Yep.
And all of the safety features. Let's go over that on the test drive.
You do have automatic lights. You can keep it on auto all the time
Okay.
and never have to worry about taking it out of auto. So it'll turn your headlamps on at night, turn them off during the daytime. If you're ever in the auto setting during the daytime and you use your windshield wipers, it'll turn your headlamps on automatically. That's a PA state law.
Okay.
And then if you're on a road that's not well lit, it'll turn your high beams on automatically and turn them off automatically for you.
Okay.
And you also have an auto setting for your front wipers. So you can keep it on
Awesome.
auto. You have the rain sensing wipers.
It'll
If it
just
starts
turn
to
on
rain,
by itself?
Sure will. And if
Okay.
it starts to rain harder, it'll turn the wipers on faster for you.
Awesome. AC settings, pretty standard there.
Yep.
If we go below that, you notice your heated seats and cooled seats with
Yes,
3
you do.
tiers on both
Yep,
sides, right?
Exactly. Yep. High, medium, and low for the heated seat. High, medium, and low for the cooled seat as well. And that ventilated seat, that's great for the summertime too.
So looks like you got a wireless charger down
You do.
here.
Yep.
You have a USB-C and a USB-A, as well as a 12-volt charger. Lots of
Yes,
ways
you
to
do.
charge your devices down
You can
there.
charge a bunch of devices for sure. Yep. So you have a 9-speed automatic transmission with the Passport. The shifter, it's a push-button system. So we're in park right now. And if you wanted to, you just depress the brake pedal and hit back for reverse. You have neutral and then drive. And if you hit the D button again, you'll put it in the sport mode.
What is this button
That's
here?
your intelligent all-wheel drive traction management system. So you can actually switch between normal driving. Go ahead and hit that button again. You'll see normal, hit the button again, and we'll go to snow. Hit the button again, we'll go to mud. Hit the button to go to sand, and then you can just scroll back and forth and change however you want. Normal is just normal driving conditions like we are today. You're always in all-wheel drive, but on a drive dry day like today, we don't need a full all-wheel drive system. This is called a real-time all-wheel drive. Okay. So there's more power diverted to the front wheels than there are to the rear. And as soon as your wheel starts to slip in inclement weather, it'll distribute the power wherever it's needed. However, let's say you are on the road and you come upon snow or ice or heavy rain and you want to have that peace of mind and having the all-wheel drive system more evenly distributed, that's when you hit the button and put it in the snow mode. And you can do that on the fly while you're driving. The engine will shut off at a traffic light or a stop sign. If it senses that you're idling too much and using up too much fuel and polluting the ozone layer, it'll shut down the engine. Its specific amount of power is stored to restart the engine as soon as you lift your foot off of the brake, and before you hit the gas, it'll restart the engine for you. You're not hurting the vehicle having that on. However, some folks just don't like to feel that. Sure. So if they don't like that, you just hold that button down for just one click. Actually, you don't even have to hold it down. You just press it down and the idle engine status message is displayed, indicating that it is off.
So this is actually looking a little familiar to me, Justin. This looks like what we had in the Ridgeline.
Yeah,
right?
The Ridgeline and the Pilot. So the new Pilot, the new Ridgeline, and the Passport are all going to have this new center console. So they got rid of the armrests, and now they have this bigger center console. It's easy to rest your arm, but you do have a lot of space in here. Yeah. And you have a compartment for your coins. You can actually stack them up to the side there. Yeah. But I don't know if you noticed, Brian, that we don't have any USB ports or any connections in here.
Correct.
And that's good because everything's outside of there.
We have enough. Looking up, I'm noticing that we have our sunroof, right?
Yep.
And so
it's one touch all the way back. So you have an auto all the way back for the sunroof.
Very nice.
It's one touch all the way forward as well. So you have the auto setting. You're more than welcome to stop it along the way anywhere you'd like. If you want, you can push that button in. That will ventilate the moonroof.
There it is.
And then pushing it all the way forward will ensure a tight seal. And then you can pull the sunshade forward if you want. If you ever have it closed and you auto the window open, it'll pull that sunshade back on its own.
Okay.
And then you do have your sunglass holder that will double as an eye in the sky, so you can keep tabs on everybody.
We see you back there in the back seat. Everybody on the internet.
Then you have the Honda Link. So this is a concierge with the Black Edition. So you get a free subscription, and that will allow you to contact a real live person to maybe book a flight, a last minute flight, or a restaurant reservation or a hotel room or whatnot. So that will give you a live person to help out. That's Honda Link. And then you have the 911 assist. If you're in a situation where you need to call 911, you can pull that down and hit the button and it will call emergency services for you.
Well, that's pretty cool. I thought that might launch a missile or something like that with the way that comes down.
And I'll tell you, it's like we're on the space shuttle. You got to pull that down and hit that. That's a very important button. Obviously, you don't want to hit that accidentally. That's why they have the little door on the outside to protect it. You do have an automatic dimming mirror as well with the HomeLink system. So any of the folks that are parking inside of their garage, they can hook up their garage doors to that.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's a lot of features in front of us here. Let's get this thing out on the road and test some of them.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to step on the gas a little bit as we come out of this. Onto the highway. Ooh, yeah, I heard it.
That's your 3.5 liter V6 engine. It's 280 horsepower for sure.
And we're in normal mode right now, right?
Yeah. So you're in regular drive. You actually have sport that you can put it in, which will raise the RPM level. You use up a little bit more gas, but if you wanted to get the soccer practice quicker, you could.
And that turning radius kept us within those 2 lanes. Yep. Very easily.
So you have part of the Honda sensing is your adaptive cruise. You're going to first hit the main button, and you'll see that it'll bring up those green acronyms on the dash. ACC is adaptive cruise control. Okay. You also have lane keep assist. That's LKAS. We'll go over that in a minute. So above 25 miles an hour, you can set your cruise whenever you'd like, and you just hit the set button. And now you're set at 60 miles an hour, it sees. Right up there on the dash. You have the car icon, which means the camera has caught view of the vehicle that's in front of us. And the little interval button, which is the button with the little dashes on it, that will change the gap between you and the car in front of you, which you can change on the fly while you're driving.
Wow, that's actually, I can set the distance between me and the car in front of me.
You can.
So that actually changes the sensitivity,
It does. It kind of keeps you further away from the vehicle the more sensitive it is. And it is. And it's slowing it up automatically. Yep. Yeah. And it will speed up automatically. And when you get to 25 miles an hour, it'll beep at you and let you know that it's about to shut off. And it will, and then it'll just warn you that you have to brake the vehicle all the way down to 0 miles an hour.
There it is.
and there
Right
it is,
there.
cruise canceled.
So my
And
foot's
then-
on the brake and
Yep.
we're slowing down.
Exactly. So under 25 miles an hour, and it'll warn you. You know, it's not just gonna. It'll give you the warning up there. You're not
Right.
gonna know that it's not shut off. So, yep. And then the adaptive cruise control. Once you get up the speed up above 25 miles an hour, you can hit the res button, and it will just put you back to the regular cruise speed that you had set. It'll accelerate you all the way up to you had 60 miles an hour set on the cruise control.
Okay, so coming up on my left-hand side is a vehicle.
Yeah.
When somebody's in my blind spot, this little icon is going to light up. And if I were to turn on my turn signal like I did there, that's flashing at me
Yep.
and beeping at me.
Exactly. You get 2 warnings. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect example. So if somebody's in your blind spot, that'll blink orange. If you don't see that indicator blinking and you have your turn signal on, it'll beep inside of the cabin for a second warning.
Next thing I want to go over is lane keep assist. That's right here on the steering wheel on the right-hand side.
Yep.
I went ahead and activated it, and the second that I did on my dashboard, I see 2 lines
Yep.
coming up there, right?
Those dotted lines are now shaded in. If you weren't stationary in a lane, they would be hollow, and that's just how you know that the system is ready to go for you. Once they're shaded in, if you start to drift, it'll assist your steering and basically just keep you centered in the actual lane that you're driving in.
Watch this. I'm going to just make the car go to the right a little bit, and my steering wheel's just
keep
inching me over. Yeah, just keep me over. It's not even like extremely noticeable.
No,
you
it's
know?
real subtle movements. Yep. If you ever had to maneuver for something, a pothole or something on the road, you're going to be able to drive your vehicle. You're always going to be able to maneuver it.
What's the warranty with the new Honda vehicles?
Sure. So for those of you that don't know the Honda warranty, you have a 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. That's all the bells and whistles and all the computer systems that run these vehicles. You know, there's 20 plus computer systems that run new cars these days. So, you know, that protection is with you for the first 3 years, 36,000 miles, whichever comes first. And then on your powertrain, you have a 5-year 60. And that's your engine, drivetrain, transmission, and your all-wheel drive system. As well, on the brand new Hondas, you have 2 years of free maintenance now. So you have your regular scheduled oil change, filter change, tire rotation, and your multi-point vehicle inspection
Taken care of.
redeemed at any Honda dealership in the nation. And then at Smail Honda, we have lifetime free inspections for our customers. Hey Brian, another thing I wanted to mention with the Passport. So some of our clients will be towing with their vehicles, and the capacity is 5,000 pounds you can tow with the Passport.
I'll put the vehicle into reverse.
So there's a few different camera angle views here, Brian. So you have the wide angle view, and your dynamic guidelines change color. You give your projected angle into a spot. And then this is more of a concentrated view.
Hey.
That's our cross monitor detection. So it's using the blind spot info system, and it's going to beep and indicate if any vehicles are traveling behind you and what side they're coming from.
Wow, that's really convenient, especially if I'm backing up and there's traffic
Absolutely.
or coming out of a grocery store. That seems
Yep.
to be a situation where that would come in handy.
Absolutely. Now let's say that you're backing up right against a curb. You can hit the straight down view.
Okay.
Excuse me, and there's the ground right there. This is a good judge of where you want to stop the vehicle so that the tailgate will open up and not hit anything behind you.
Right.
Another thing I like to use this view for is if you're going to hook up a tailgate. You know, if you're going to
Yes.
hook up your hitch, you can hook it up perfectly. I don't know if anybody's tried to play that game where you got to kind of try to line it up
Yes.
that doesn't have a backup camera. You got to hop out and see if you're even close.
Right.
So this really helps out. Also, you have this kind of bird's eye view, so to speak, for the front and the rear bumper sensors.
Okay.
So if you're backing up against something, it'll start off yellow, turn orange, and then red, and the intervals will get closer together.
Yeah, and there it is there.
There they are.
As we get
Yep.
closer to this hillside here,
Yep.
you can definitely see how that is alerting you, saying, hey,
Yep.
the closer you get,
Yep.
the more it's beeping,
And
the
the beeps
darker.
get closer together. Exactly.
Darker the color, too.
Yep.
And you know what I love about working at a car dealership is that anytime I have a car question, I can always ask a professional salesman
go.
like Justin here.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time today. So Justin, if they have questions for you specifically, how can they contact you?
Sure. They can visit me right here on Route 30 in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me, Justin Thompson. You can give me a call at 724-219-1449 or visit us online at smailhonda.com.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for our test drive today. So until next time, enjoy the ride.
Thanks.